Please stand for the national anthem. You can do that.
Good afternoon. So again, my name is Debbie Laura. I'm the Vice President of the Trinidad and Tobago Working Women's Committee, and I'd like to welcome you this afternoon to our 21st Caribbean Student Scholarship and Banquet here in downtown Silver Spring, which is Caribbean American Heritage Month. And we're celebrating Caribbean culture, the people who've contributed to the United States, as well as recognizing our awardees. Our theme for today is empowering our youth. Keep empowering them. The sky's the limit. We want to pass the baton to our youth and to preserve this legacy. We appreciate you attending this event and the vast contributions that you have provided to provide more scholarships for students. It's our 21st year for this program. It's a great accomplishment. And we look forward to having.
Almighty and most merciful Father, this evening we come giving you thanks for spared life and tender mercies. Thanking thee one more time that we can get together to do your will, guide and protect the youths and send them forward. And at this present time, we know the food has already been blessed. But we are asking you if you can spread your hand over the food. Let it be a blessing to our bodies that we may continue to do your will. Remember those who are hungry and do not have. Please send for them as you usually will do. So as we fellowship one with the other, may the food be a nourishment to our bodies, and we will forever thank you for your mercies. Amen.
Standing here today is one of a few full circle moments I've had lately. Speaking at Career Day at my middle school, holding a monthly webinar for pre-med students at HBCUs, and now this. Giving the keynote speech at the very same scholarship banquet I sat at as a recipient just before starting undergrad. All of these events have served as reminders for me that I didn't get this far by myself. At every stage, I've had help from my family, friends, colleagues, mentors, patients, even strangers sometimes, and of course, the Trinidad and Tobago Working Women's Committee and the Caribbean Student Scholarship Fund. Over the years, I can recall so many times I got help from a scrub tech sneaking me the answers to a surgeon's questions in the operating room, patients offering encouraging words that would always seem like the perfect moment, or my friends racing down the hallway in office chairs when we all needed a break from studying on the weekends. While I take great pride in the accolades and accomplishments I've achieved over the years, those are the moments I hold closest to my heart. Those moments kept me motivated on the days when I felt like giving up. Those are the kinds of moments I wish for the scholarship recipients today, to build not only professionally, but personally with those around you. When I look out at you, I see myself and how far I have come. And I hope when you look at me, you see a reflection of all the hard work, determination, and perseverance you already have and will continue to put forth. All of your steps were ordered to bring you to this position. Remember that if ever even a shadow of doubt creeps into your mind. As you continue along your chosen paths, keep in mind that while you're running your own race, you follow the footsteps of those that walked it before you, and many more will follow behind in yours. There's an old saying, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. No matter what field you enter into, there will be long days and some even longer nights. During those times, keep in mind that you're surrounded by a community that is deeply invested in your success and that the possibilities for you remain endless. You can do or be anything you want in this life, so congratulations for your accomplishments today, tomorrow, and for the many more to come.
I'm with the Caribbean Student Scholarship Fund, and one of the recipients has come back to participate in the banquet this year, the 21st year of celebrating students in Washington, D.C. Dr. Sabrina Aaron was the 2012 recipient of the Caribbean Student Scholarship Fund Scholarship Award, and she came back as keynote speaker this year. And we're going to ask her to tell us a little bit about the message that she brought to young people.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. Today, in my keynote speech, I just really wanted to highlight the importance of having a community and asking for help from those who are around you, who are invested in your success, and wishing the recipients this year all the best in the future milestones that are to come for them.
How did you get started with the Caribbean Student Scholarship Fund?
Well, my mom and Deanne Samuels, who is part of the TNT Working Women's Committee, have known each other for a very, very long time. And when I graduated from high school, she encouraged me to apply before I started at Howard. So I've been kind of peripherally involved with the organization since then.
And how did that scholarship propel you or convince you in terms of what you were going to do and your commitment to the community and coming back to work with the community?
So that scholarship was the first scholarship that I received when I was going into undergrad, and at that time it eased some of the financial burdens of going to college, and it was one less thing to think about when I had to buy my books and all of those things that had to do with going to school. But it was also kind of the first introduction to community and how people can support you, whether it be financially or through relationships. So I've been grateful since then, and I continue to be.
What are some of the areas that you have worked in the community since you have been a scholarship winner and working as a doctor? What are some of the areas that you found yourself working in?
So the biggest one has been mentorship. I have a monthly webinar where I talk to pre-med students from HBCUs around the country and just kind of talk to them about the application process, what they can expect during and after medical school, as well as things around the community, such as blood sugar drives. We've done blood pressure checks at many, many different events. I volunteered in soup kitchens and a lot of things around the city. There's a lot of places to help, so I just try to fit in where I can.
Well, where do you head next?
I'm actually moving to Memphis, Tennessee this coming Thursday to start my residency in general surgery at the University of Tennessee at Memphis.
Well, congratulations and all the very best to you. That you have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me good? All right. So growing up, drawing and painting was all I did. I was always trying to sneak away, even during recess while the other kids were playing, and see what I could make with my hands. I would come home from school and I would run to my sketchbook and see what I could do. Anything from watercolors to oil pastels to simple graphite and acrylic paint. You name it, I was interested. I was hooked. I would even get excited on days when I could follow my dad to work, because at his architecture firm, I knew the adults had cool pencils and markers and paper that I could steal. And that meant I got to watch these real-life superheroes make scale models and drawings of buildings that didn't even exist yet, and I thought that was so cool. As I got older, my curiosity around the practice of drawing and painting, of recreating things, of making them better, grew. And I knew that I had to continue to explore my abilities as an artist, as a maker. Who would have thought that drawing, that painting could be made into a career, that I could make a living doing what I had always done as a child? So I had to take the next step, finding a college that encouraged me to fine-tune and strengthen my creative skills. And so, with the help of my Caribbean community, their financial and spiritual support, I went on to study and obtain a BFA at the Savannah College of Art and Design in Savannah, Georgia, focusing on design as it applies to art and the transformation of shared spaces. I graduated in 2020. To date, my work has been displayed in the U.S. Capitol Building Gallery. I've also had the pleasure, of working in collaboration with BET Network following the murder of George Floyd, a portrait that still hangs in their headquarters in New York. And my personal work seeks to honor Black and brown people, icons both in my own life and in the world around me who have inspired me both in their words, their work, and their actions. I have painted many faces, from my sister, who's in the audience today, to my parents, my dad being in the audience today, to the great Nina Simone, to Lauryn Hill, and I will continue to paint many more. My work is evidence of the magic that is Black excellence. Today, after painting for roughly 19 years, I am happy to say I am living my dream, working full-time as a portrait artist and muralist here in Maryland and DC. And I owe this life I get to live to the community that is all around me, both seen and unseen. You have cheered me on since even before my college journey began. Maya Angelou once said, "I come as one, but I stand as 10,000." And that is so true for me in my life as well. Besides helping me financially when I received the scholarship in 2015, the scholarship let me know that I was not alone, that there was an army behind me cheering me on. With the help of my community, I've come a long way from being a mischievous kid who drew on the walls of her parents' house. And this is why I'm excited to share with you all that this July, July 9th to be exact, I have been selected for an artist residency at the School of Visual Arts in New York. I have also been accepted to the University of Arts, Central St. Martin's campus in London for my master's in painting. We're going all the way. That begins in September, and the dream chasing continues. To the recipients, take this scholarship, take this blessing, and make magic with it. Use it well. Congratulations. And I wish you all well on your journey, wherever that may take you. Thank you.
I'm talking with Michaela Dimas, who is one of the recipients of the 2024 Caribbean Student Scholarship Fund Awards for her excellence in education. She is a great artist, and she's going to tell us a little bit about some of what she has done and her journey so far, heading all the way to the top in terms of fine arts. Michaela, welcome, and tell us a little bit about your journey and how you came to getting this scholarship.
Yeah, so my dad is from Trinidad, And he's always encouraged me, always bought me sketchbooks, always run to get me paints when he realized I had a curiosity towards painting. And then they just began asking questions. My parents, when they realized I had a desire to be a painter, they put me in any and every opportunity, and this was one of those opportunities that presented itself to me once I realized like I'm going to study art in college. I got this scholarship. I went to Savannah College of Art and Design. I majored in industrial design while taking art classes. And when I graduated, just in time for the pandemic to start, I started to treat my painting practice like a 9 to 5, something that I have to show up to every day, something that I still love, but something that is my source of income.
Well, they say if you spend 10,000 hours doing something, you become a master at it.
Yes.
Would you say you've spent about 10,000 hours doing this so far?
Well over 10,000 hours. I don't know how many times you have to multiply it to get what I've spent, but I love that saying, and that just keeps me at it. Like even on days when I'm not motivated, because I'm not motivated to paint every day, I paint understanding that that will build up and take me to places I didn't even know I could go to. So I love that quote. Yeah.
What age did you start painting?
I've been painting since I was about 7 years old. I'm 27 now. Yes. So I would read comic books. I was a comic book kid, and I grew up on Disney. So my thing would be watching The Lion King, watching The Little Mermaid, and seeing how well I could draw the characters.
Well, you know, coming from the Caribbean, when I grew up, our parents would freak out if we told them we were going to spend the rest of our lives painting. They'll tell you that you can't get a real job doing that. Talk a little bit about the support you must have got from your parents to do this.
We had National Geographic magazines. We had a whole library of classical Disney movies, and I don't think my parents knew initially, and then I brought a painting to them, oil pastel drawing, and my dad was like, you know, you shouldn't trace. If you really want to draw, try copying from the picture. And I'd just gone through that with my classmates in middle school. They wouldn't believe that I drew it. And then I showed him the original, and what I drew was so much larger than the original. And that's when he realized, oh, you did this yourself, and he paid attention. And from that moment, he enrolled me into art class. I had like amazing art teachers who'd give me the craziest projects. To this day, he'll find any opportunity, throw them at me in a text message and be like, apply for this. Here's a grant, here's a show. And he's been doing that pretty much since I was about 7 years old.
Fantastic. There's nothing like support. Tell me about this piece that you did.
So I grew up listening to the music and the words of Lauryn Hill. So my intro to her was Sister Act, which for me is like a cult classic movie. And then I discovered her music by myself. And part of my work is I take what inspires me and I remix it. So this is a known photograph of her, but I've been playing with graffiti and just bright colors that I believe comes from my Caribbean heritage. Growing up, we always had bright colors in the home.
Yeah.
So I never like a dull painting. This is one of her quotes in the background. This life is a process of learning. And she's just a very introspective person, and I find that I paint very introspective people.
Oh. Tell me about what your process is or has been for choosing what specific type of art you want to do.
I work with acrylics. They dry fast, but I also just like how they allow me to render skin tones, which especially for Black people is so satisfying, whether I'm using black and white or just painting an image as I see it in color. But as a kid, I tried everything: watercolors, oil, chalk pastel, and acrylic was just the most fun for me. Because it's like a plastic. You can build on it, you can layer it, you can water it down. It's my favorite.
Now, is there any type of design that you're interested in, especially, or in terms of your work?
And well, I really like graffiti. I like this idea of chaos, controlled chaos. So I tend to have like one element of control in my work and then one element of chaos. So in this instance, the control is her face, the familiar person, painted perfectly, and then the chaos is the graffiti that's kind of smeared and smudged in the background.
So what's next for you?
Well, the next step is my artist residency. So this will be my first artist residency in New York with the School of Visual Arts, and that will be in July. So July 9th through August. And then after that, the next step would be my master's.
Well,
So
congratulations. Well done. And I wish you all the best in the future. Keep going,
thank you
moving
so
on,
much.
as they say, empower the youth. So you're empowered to move on.
Forward ever, backward never.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Our first recipient is Jeffrey James, a dedicated scholar and athlete graduating with honors from DeMatha Catholic High School. His passion for soccer is evident through his participation on both the varsity high school team and with the Bethesda Soccer Academy. Beyond the field, Jeffrey is a talented musician, having played the French horn for 9 years. His academic achievements are equally impressive, reflected in his acceptance to all the universities to which he applied. Jeffrey has made the decision to further his education at Virginia State University, where he will major in computer science with a concentration in cybersecurity. In addition to his academic pursuits, Jeffrey will be showcasing his musical talents in both the marching band, playing the mellophone, and the concert band, where he will continue to hone his skills on the French horn. With his diverse interests and unwavering determination, Jeffrey is poised to make a significant impact in both the academic and musical realms at Virginia State University, and we congratulate him. Jeffrey, please.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye. Oh, I'll read this one for this one, and I'll have to call. That you were going to get one of the kids be reclusive. Caleb going to get one of the kids to read Delaney.
Jeffrey would like to say a few words.
Hello, everybody. As you know, I'm Jeffrey James, and I want to thank all of you for supporting me and allowing me to get this opportunity because, like, relieving this financial situation off me allows me to focus more on be able to achieve my goals in college and to go on and do further and greater things, and whether it's music, cybersecurity, or my personal life and becoming a better person. So I just wanted to come up here and say thank you to obviously you guys and my mom and my Nana, who's right here. Because I know it wasn't easy raising me throughout middle school, even as a little kid from my big head, just walking around and causing trouble and stuff like that. So I'm really grateful. Even though I may not show a lot, I'm really grateful for you being here. And also my dad, who couldn't make it here today because of another situation. But yeah, I'm sorry to make you cry, but yeah, I just want to say I love you and I thank you every day for what you've done for me. And thank you.
I am standing with Jeffrey James, who is a second recipient of the 2024 Caribbean Student Scholarship Fund Award for his excellence in music and academics at school. And he has a bright future ahead of him. Jeffrey, thank you so much for talking with me, and I want to hear a little bit about how you got started and where did your interest for music come from?
Well, I want to say thank you for inviting me here. And I wanted to say, really, it was my family around me that inspired me to do music. Also, much my uncles, really, because they also play instruments. So I originally wanted to play saxophone, but it was my music teacher that decided that French horn was a better instrument for me to play. And I thank her a lot because that's taken me a long way these past 9 years. And really, my passion for it, as soon as I started, just kept going and going and going. So all of a sudden, it just came natural to just love music and continue to do it. So that's why I'm going to continue to do it at Virginia State University. in being in the marching band and the concert band.
Most people start music with the piano. Did you start with the piano or did you start with a wind instrument?
Yeah, I started with the brass instrument, just the French horn by itself. So now I'm also learning mellophone so I can play at Virginia State in the marching band.
What is so special about the French horn?
What's so special about it is really rarely anybody plays this instrument. So that's what also took me really far is because of how hard it is and how low amount of people play the instrument.
Yeah.
So it's like when somebody sees you and sees that you play the French horn, it's like they take a liking to you automatically because you chose such a difficult instrument,
Very
but also learn how to get good at it.
Very true. It's
Same
it's a
time.
very and it's a rare instrument for people to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you've also been able to maintain an excellent academic record. Talk about how you balanced practicing because music takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
How do you balance that with keeping up your education?
Well, at first I would say it was pretty, it was pretty rocky, but like I said, thanks to my mom and making me keeping my eye on the prize and because not everybody can get through without help. So me getting that help allowed me to focus up and know how to manage both my academics and my musical situations. So, there's always a rough patch, but I found my way to fix that, and now I'm graduating with honors at the Mather Catholic High School.
Fantastic. The Math is a great school as well. Now, talk about how that discipline, I'm sure it took some discipline and some planning.
Yeah.
For young people coming up, what would you say is the one thing that young people need to take into consideration if they're going to be able to manage all the facets that they have to do to do well in education and sports or music or whatever else they might do?
Yeah. Well, I want to say that no matter what, there are going to be obstacles and there are going to be things that are going to want to stop you or they're going to get in your way of being where you want to be. But you just have to look at the positive side and see that God is with you every step of the way. And you are able to do it because He would not give you anything you can't handle. So and also have a group around you that supporting and that will help you no matter what. Because sometimes you can't just be by yourself. You're going to need that people around you to support you and bring your spirit back up. So I just want to say that to surround yourself by the right group and keep your head on the prize and don't get distracted. And yes, you can have fun here and there, but remember that is going to be temporary, but you want to look in the future and see that these things that you may not like doing now will help you further on later in life.
Talking about the future, you're also going into cybersecurity.
Yes.
Tell me about how you got to that and what you plan to do with it.
Well, my dad is in cybersecurity or in IT, and he told me about cybersecurity and saw that this world is changing into that. And to be part of that change is a big deal, which comes with a lot of benefits. And being a part of that change is not only going to help you financially, obviously, but it's going to help you, better yourself, seeing that you're a part of the change in the world. And also my uncles are also part of IT. So it's like,
You're surrounded.
yeah. So it's like the connections and seeing that all these people are doing such great things. And I want to be part of that too. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Congratulations again and all the best to you. You have a great future ahead of you, as they say. Empower the youth. You are now empowered. Go out and do the best you can.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me and giving me this scholarship. That helped me so much on my college journey and also further in life.
My pleasure.
Hey, thank you.
Enjoy.
Good afternoon. I'm Hannah Bellamy, and today I have the pleasure of introducing Delaney Blaze. Delaney Blaze is a current graduating high school senior who grew up in Southeast DC, where there was a lot of poverty and a high crime rate. She's also one of the few students from her neighborhood who is going to college and also finishing high school. Working towards a better future for herself and not living for others is how she overcame all challenges in life. Currently, major at dancing is her most meaningful extracurricular commitment because it's her way to escape reality and express herself without any limitations. She can be creative in her full self, which allows her to discover parts of herself. She has built a family and community within dance. Dancing and competing is a lifelong commitment that will be significant and passionate to her. It is something she will always love and look forward to continuing when she attends a university. Becoming a leader and being an influence on other people is one of the main things she wants to learn about herself during and after college. Delaney Blaze.
Oh, I'm supposed to say congratulations. I get all the jobs that I don't know I got. So on behalf of WIAMA, the recipient is Pink Hair. That's your name, right? Pink Hair? Delaney. Oh, Delaney. Pink Hair is just a nickname. All right, that's my nickname for you. But congratulations and all the best. And who God bless? No one knows. Well done. I heard you. I heard you.
For talking about this, want to take a. You have a little one in front of you, behind you. Oh. Oh, darling, right. Oh, something smile on.
It's free.
You want to come for them?
All right, thanks to the end of you there.
You could join the military too. We have no objection to that.
Let us say a couple of words.
There you go, darling.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. So first, I would like to say thank you to the Caribbean Student Scholarship Fund. This was a great blessing that I was able to receive. And I also wanted to thank my grandparents over here who helps me throughout my entire journey. I also, And I also want to say thank you to someone who unfortunately could not be here today. Many of you know her as Joyce Thompson, who is my great-grandmother. My grandma, she really helped me, push me to be the person I am today. So I just want to say thank you to her, and her love will always be in my heart. Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Delaney Blaze, and I just wanted to say thank you so much to the Caribbean Student Scholarship Fund. This scholarship really means a lot to me because it means that I have a community behind me that's willing to support me throughout my next 4 years of college. So I just wanted to say thank you to all the support. Thank you to my grandparents and everyone who is willing to help me throughout my journey. And again, thank you so much to the Caribbean Scholarship. It's really been an amazing blessing that I am willing to receive. So thank you.
Go ahead. My name is Pamela McKee. I am going to read to everyone present some congratulations that flows in a proclamation from the Mayor of the District of Columbia, Muriel Bowser. Congratulations, Kojo Nandi. As Mayor of Washington, D.C., it is my pleasure to extend congratulations to Kojo Nandi as you received well-deserved recognition at the 21st Annual Caribbean Student Scholarship Fund Scholarship Award Banquet. Kojo, your remarkable journey from Guyana to the United States in pursuit of education and civil rights advocacy is truly inspiring. Your contributions to the Caribbean American community has left an indelible mark, and I am beyond grateful for your absolute insistence on uplifting and advancing the diaspora here in Washington, D.C. and beyond. From your work as a host at local broadcast stations WHUT-TV, WHUR-FM, and the iconic Kojo Nandi Show and Politics Hour with Kojo Nandi, to your active involvement with Guyanese service organizations like GAYAD, you have consistently demonstrated a commitment to making a positive impact on society and on all Washingtonians. Today's honor adds to your mantle of accolades, including being named the Washingtonian of the Year and one of the 150 most influential people in Washington, testaments to your outstanding influence. Your passion for sports, fitness, music, poetry, arts, and celebrating heritage, especially at the Caribbean Carnival, are all but a fraction of what makes you such a well-balanced, cultured, and vibrant spirit, exemplary role model, and personification of what I like to call our DC values. As a longtime Washingtonian of more than half a century now, your commitment to social justice and advocacy is commendable, and I am proud to join the Caribbean Student Scholarship Fund in celebrating you and all that you have accomplished, It is without a doubt that your legacy of excellence and service will continue to inspire generations of aspiring Caribbean American journalists, students, and civil rights activists. I thank you for your leadership and hard work, and once again, on behalf of 700,000 residents of Washington, D.C., congratulations once more to this well-earned recognition.
Good, that's it. Let me read it all. Okay. Let me just do this.
I am now going to read another one that was sent to him by the council member of Ward 4, where he lives.
Kojo, because of our pride, the Trinidad and Tobago Working Women's Committee would not allow ourselves to be overshadowed by the mayor. So what we have done is we are presenting you with a 2024 Community Service Award presented to Kojo Namdi in recognition of your pioneering work in media, your contributions to the Caribbean American community, and your support of the Trinidad and Tobago Working Women's Committee, June 2nd, 2024. We did not want to give an old-fashioned plaque because Annette calls it a dust collector. That's right. So we decided to get a clock. Whether he wants to be on schedule or not, this is going to be working.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you all so very much. And I would like to think that one of the reasons that I've been able to do what I've done in the Washington area is because of a lot of people in this room who I met when I came here more than 50 years ago and who still support me to this day. And what you're doing, and I will ask this young man to join me up here for 1 second. Yes, you. What you are doing, what you have always done, is prepared the next generation.
Yes.
And so I'd like to leave you and him with one of my favorite quotes from the late Frantz Fanon, who said, "It is the role of each generation out of relative obscurity to discover its mission and either fulfill it or betray it. You, young man, and all of the others here are helping your generation to fulfill its mission." Congratulations. Before that, he was just the guy I asked to come up and take a picture of me and my friend. Thank you all.
Well done.
It's an honor to present the Community Service Award to a cultural Caribbean trailblazer in the DC metro area. We are both graduates from the University of the District of Columbia and have common friends from the track team. Some of his earliest short films featured members of the track team. Larry Sindez was born in Jamaica and migrated to the United States at the age of 20. He received a bachelor's degree in mass media arts with a concentration on cinematography from UDC in 1992, and then his master's degree in American University in 1996. He founded Carib Nation while working at Channel 9 News. His goal was to fill a Caribbean-focused media void in the Caribbean diaspora. Larry is a multi-Emmy Award winner, TV producer, editor, U.S. Broadcaster News, and a CEO of Carib Nation TV programs. He is married to Dr. Lisa Boyne Sindaz and his daughter, Tatiana, who just recently earned her master's degree in NYU. All right. Larry, come on down. You are surprised? Larry? Larry, the Trinidad and Tobago Working Women's Committee want to give you this 2024 Community Service Award presented to Lawrence and Larry.
Oh my God.
In recognition of your loyalty to the Caribbean community, support of the Trinidad and Tobago Working Women's Committee.
Good afternoon, everybody. Wow. You know, I'm surprised by this, honestly. I came with a camera, as you can see, to cover the event. And then I realized my friend was covering it. I said, something must be going down. And this is it. Thank you guys so much. Usually, award is not my thing. I'm the guy in the background who does stuff that no one sees, but sees it on the screen. So receiving an award is very appreciative on my end, and I'm really touched. And you know, there are three ladies in, I think they're in this room, yeah, three ladies in this DC area that all they have to do is to call my name, and I'm there. And it is one of them, Lorna Green is another, and my wife. So I just want to say thank you guys so much. We will continue to do the work we do at Carib Nation, this the media entity that I founded, and thanks to Darius, who has been with me since the start of it. We cover our news, Caribbean people news, and that we do that, and we're going to continue to do that. So I appreciate every support and all the support you have given us over the years, and I so appreciate this award and this recognition. Thank you.
Project as a co-worker of Larry. Great pride to say that I work with Larry Sindas. He is a proponent of excellence. He's dedicated, and he is one of the finest people to work with when it comes to listening, giving you the opportunity, and being fair. I would never have imagined that I would last 28, almost 30 years working with him. As I told him, many marriages don't last that long. But it's been a great pleasure working with him. And as an early recipient of the Community Service Award, I welcome you to the community, to the fellowship, to the club. It's a great place to be. Thank you to CSSF.
We'll continue to do the work.
Our next recipient is unable to be with us this evening, but we thought that we would go ahead and recognize that person. You know, sometimes when you're engaged in your community, you just expect some people to be there. You ask them to give something and they say much. This individual is one of those people and one of the most overlooked individuals we thought in our community. I need not say what they have done, but once I call his name, you would agree with me that he has done his part in terms of making our community a livable space. He is the hardest working individual in the music industry in this community. This morning he called me, he said, "Darling," he said, "what time you want me there?" I said, 3 o'clock. He said, "Oh boy, I can't. I have a gig." So I said, "Okay, the money comes above this, but I know you will make your donation, won't you?" He said, "Yes." Ladies and gentlemen, I'm referring to none other than Mr. Lawton Sargent.
Yes.
Okay, since Sargent isn't here today, this is in recognition of the contribution and relentless support of the Trinidad and Tobago Working Women's Committee, June 2nd, 2024, for Sarge.
All right.
That's Robert too. See the call. Yes.
Just a few words. Sarge, I received the award here from the Working Women's Committee in 2015. And Sarge was very instrumental in trying to get me here to receive the award. It was such a surprise that up to this day, I don't know what to say. But this guy, he is real. Thank you. You keep it.
Our next recipient, I probably won't say much because, you know, their work it just speaks volumes. You see them and you know who they are. We consider them our big brother. They have nurtured us through this 21-year journey, not because the spouses made them do it, but because they felt important enough to protect us. They are an integral part of our community. They serve every corner of the community, we call on them, and we could not ask for a better partner in the things that we do in the community. It gives us great pleasure to recognize the work and the commitment of the West Indian American Military Members Association.
So the Trinidad and Tobago Working Women Committee would like to present the 2024 Appreciation Award to the West Indian American Military Members Association, better known as WIAMA, in recognition of your outstanding leadership, exemplary commitment to the Caribbean community, and your unwavering support of the Trinidad and Tobago Working Women Committee. Today, June 2nd, 2024.
Definitely, yes.
You could give a speech again or your
I don't know why they want me to talk. I am a behind-the-scenes person. Ask Lincoln Phillips about that. On behalf of the organization, we'd like to thank you. We'll continue to support this and any West Indian function that you need us. If you don't ask us, we can't help. But if you ask us, we can help. We are not a Trinidadian group. We are not a Grenadian group. We're not a Barbadian group. We are a West Indian group. That encircles everybody. And we all served in the U.S. Armed Forces. So if you want to join, your grandchild want to join, come see us. We can help you. All right? One of my goals as a 30-year vet is to get the West Indians on the base so that they can enjoy what the average person enjoys, but not us. And I've accomplished that. We have a lot of functions on the base, and I'm so proud of that. I could do more. Thank you. The cameraman.
Thank you very much.
Camera woman. You like me from a distance?
Come from.
You got a rumor about us or?
Oh, let me get this, mommy. No, that's okay. It's okay. We have that. Debbie? As we wild, all I can say is, oh my gosh, so much to be thankful for. So many good things have come out of this evening's event. There is really no order of how or where we should begin in saying thank you. How awesome were our keynote speakers?
Yes.
Dr. Sabrina Aaron and our highly talented artist, Michaela Dimas, class of 2012 and 2015 respectively. All of this is good, but it could not have happened if not for the support of their parents, Leslyn and David Aaron, and Alistair and Sherry Dimas. Even when they were away at college, the support of these parents never stopped. Thank you. Today we celebrate 20 years. It really does not get old, it just gets better. We have had the pleasure of spending really not enough time with our two very special students, our 2024 scholars, Jeffrey James and Delaney Blaze. Each year, our students impart a dose of humility and reality and wisdom upon us, and this year was no different. We are very pleased to have had the opportunity to speak with them and to catch a glimpse of the challenges young people face day in and day out, and yet they rise above it with not much complaint or fanfare. They just keep their eyes to the ground and keep on going. And for us, those experiences propel us to do what we do for our community. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Listen, a couple of years ago, a former board member was observing their interaction of the Working Women's Committee. And what brings us to the point of explosion, like today as an example, but yet we stay intact. This is what he wrote. Observing the team at work, each with her particular skills and personality, can, on occasion, be considered a unique experiment in behavioral science. Every time I read those words uttered by a former board member, Ian Bain, I'm reminded that in spite of our differences, we never took our sight off our mission. The guide that we use to be an example for our students, as we encourage them to stay focused and to be resolute. Our written mission says, our organization is rooted in our traditional and historical Caribbean principles of using one's skills in service to the community and to build upon the strong history of Caribbean people. Simply said, but tough to implement. But we stick with it because we believe that if we know who we are, it's hard to divert from words like these. So on behalf of the members of the Working Women's Committee, we thank you for showing up today. We thank you for your support. We thank you for your calls. We thank you for, even when you did not buy a ticket, you passed it on to someone else. We thank you for all of that. As Annette would always say, pay it forward. And that is what our goal is, and that is what we attempt to do. In closing, we want to recognize and thank everyone listed in our program, particularly our junior hostesses, who did an awesome job today seating your food, and our young people present this evening. Let us recognize them. I'm going to call your names, and please stand. Kenya Lara. Is Maya here?
Yes, Lara is here too.
Maya Lara.
Stand.
Is that Maya?
Yes, they're both recipients.
Kenzie Young. Malaya Hayward. Hannah Bellamy. Hannah was just awesome last year. We just appreciate so much she's done for us. Chase Payne.
Where's Chase?
Zarian Messam. What we are attempting to do is to pass this great program on. And this is where we have to start. I am so glad that we have so many young people in the audience this evening, so that they can see and they can strive for to be the doctor, to be the artist, to be the musician, to be the AI person, or just be themselves. This is the room where those roots begin. And we are glad that you're here, and we want you to be here. We want you to be here. We want you to come back. We also don't want to forget our lifelong supporters, Krong Bakery, our partners, Dr. Keith and Blinna Warner, the West Indian American Military Members Association, Dynamic Service Solution. I'll tell you something about this group. This group has never met us. But Michaela's dad knows us, and he spoke about us. And we got a check for $1,000. And that is how the connection builds. And we appreciate that. Patricia Theodore, Charlene Nero, Marcia Williams, Kaya Ramsey, Carol Messam, and Pamela McKee representing AARP for us. Thank you
We
so
also
much.
have Rick
Yes.
from Howard University.
Rick from Howard University, thank you.
And
Our mistresses of ceremonies, Doris Dean and Lisa Noel. Doris wants to give this up. She wants to hang it up. Lisa is our MC in training.
thank you.
Our spouses, believe me, we could not have done it without them. Winfield St. Hill, Earl Holder, and we can give you a story about Earl Holder. Earl is the son of Joyce Thompson.
That's right.
Joyce Thompson was an original member of the Trinidad and Tobago Working Women's Committee who passed away several years ago. And Joyce has always, no matter where she went, she was always in support of the work of the Working Women's Committee. Joyce passed away, and Earl and his wife have taken up the mantle.
Yep.
And there's nothing that we need. All he asks is how much, and he shows up. So those are the type of people that we have surrounding us and support us, and we are happy about that. Did I call Herman Samuels? Herman Samuels. Thank you so much. He is more than anything to me within the last 2 months because I had surgery on my foot, and I didn't realize how much he enjoyed driving me around. We could not have done it without them. Their invaluable support is cherished. And our hero for today is Mr. Yuri Achille. I am telling you, that is a kid that everybody would want to have. That is Annette's son.
Yuri, come here.
Yuri was sick, and I'll tell you, Yuri was sick. We asked Yuri, you going to do the program? Yes, we're going to do the program. But I'll get it to you Wednesday. Now the program is due on Sunday. You have to go to the printers. Well, Yuri got sick. And believe me, between Annette and me, we drove him bonkers. But he's smiling today. Believe me, he got up out of his sick bed, he went to the printer, he corrected all the errors, he made everything, and this is the result that we have today. So Yuri, we can't thank you enough. Go ahead.
I just want to recognize, we never met. This is somebody from the county who was just checking to see what we are doing, and I'm going to call it out. Mr. General, please come forward.
I'm not. This is the fight. These are the fights we have. I'm not finished.
He is part of
She's going to do it. These are the fights we have.
For the good of the order. This is a young man who just told me, as part of the Montgomery County government, he can be of assistance to us.
Well, let's talk to him right away.
So come on, just come on down and tell us what you do. And so I have a whole bunch of witnesses.
Oh my goodness, Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, I'm Juru Bande, I'm the regional director for Montgomery County government. And this is a surprise. Madam Annette, obviously, who was here before me, if she calls, you answer. So I appreciate just sticking my head in because I was very curious what's going on in here. I'm one of the regional directors for Montgomery County. I also happen to be the first director of this building, the plaza, and all the functions when the county government built this. And it had been our vision to make sure all communities have access. So for me, coming as I do weekends, walking around the county, just seeing how we celebrate and accept diversity, I just said, well, let me just stick my head in. I met her. She talked to me about you all. The second blessing for me is having my other very good friend, Kojo Nandi, here with me. He's a good friend. And the third blessing for me, he quoted one of my two most famous authors, Franz Omar Fanon, who was born in the French Martinique, at West Indies and Martinique, died right here in Bethesda, I think in 1961-62, at the age of about 25 or 26. The second favorite author of mine was Dr. Walter Rodney.
Wow.
So I also had the third blessing. I came to this country at the age of 16 to go to high school. And I wasn't blessed to have groups like this in Tennessee. In Bell Buckle, Tennessee is right outside of Nashville. and I had to work my way through college. So when I heard about this scholarship, it really moved me in that I said, you know, this is what Montgomery County is all about. We are very, very blessed. And for me to also be in here, part of the movement to make sure our Caribbean brothers and sisters are part of that table, working very closely with former Ambassador Curtis Ward, and currently the Caribbean American advisory groups, you and many of you who happen to participate in that. So this is great for me to know, and I really look forward to really working with you. And I must, and I should really be at the forefront working with you to make sure we do more of this, because I am a good example of what education could do in the United States. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, could I let that go by? For the good of the order.
That's right, that's right, that's right. Usually I just have to shake my head and smile. Yeah, usually I do. But before we wrap up, I want to take a moment of silence. Some of you know that on May, the last week in May, we lost one of our dear friends and supporters, the daughter of one of our original members of this association. Patricia and Glenn Phillip lost their 52-year-old daughter suddenly. And I would ask you to keep the family in prayer. They are struggling to find some sort of balance and understanding as to what happened. We also want to take a moment of silence to remember our dear mother, Jennifer's mom, who was just over 100 years old, who died. And may their soul rest in peace, and may their memory be a blessing to all of us. So just a few minutes to remember Shelda and Mommy. Thank you. But before we wrap up, I'd like to call on our Vice President, Debbie Laura, to make one of our last presentations to the oldest supporter of the Women's Committee. Debbie? This individual is 99 years old, and I want to show you what 99 looks like in today's world. Ruth Eat.
So we want to honor and recognize Ruth Skeet.
Ruth Skeet is the mother.
99 years old.
Is the mother of Annette Achille. May the family come up, please. Yuri, her son-in-law, her daughter, her other daughter. Come on up, please.
She made her own outfit.
And she made her own outfit.
All right.
Don't leave the plastic that it is. 99. Allison?
Do you want to paint something?
Push it, Mommy, push it.
All I can say is thank you very much. Thank you. And I wish you more, same amount of years to continue. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mommy. This is for you. Mommy.
And we're going to provide you.
No overseas. Yes, you can move. Annette, did I miss anything?
No.
Did I miss anything, Annette?
Yes. At least let them shake a leg.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for supporting our 2024 Caribbean Student Scholarship Fund. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I am talking with the director of the Caribbean Student Scholarship Fund and a member of the Trinidad and Tobago Working Women's Committee.
Yes.
And she has been one of the founders of the Caribbean Student Scholarship Fund. She has been working at it for 21 years. And this is a great moment for her as she gives out these awards to young people. Tell us what it means to you today to give these young people, these very talented young people today, their awards.
I had so much to say. And by the time the first recipient spoke, I just got so filled up. You know, to see these kids are able to articulate, They're able to make you understand from whence they came, and they recognize their Caribbean legacy and their heritage. It's a sense of satisfaction. I'm so very grateful that at least if we produce one, we are happy. And you heard both of them. Could you imagine growing up in Southeast, homeless, but of Caribbean? That should never happen. That should never, I didn't know, I knew the child, but I didn't realize and we have to cut that out.
The circumstances from which they come. But it also shows you the resilience and the determination that is built into these people when they come from a Caribbean heritage.
That's right, and she mentioned Joyce Thompson. And she was a Viking in the community, and she took it and ran with it and produced, such a beautiful young lady. I am truly gratified. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's why we call it empowering our youth.
Right, you certainly have empowered youth. And when you see the youth come back, as they did today, to be keynote speakers,
yes,
that also should be a source of great pride.
Yes. I remember little Sabrina. And when she said, I am going to be a doctor one day. And now here she is, studying orthopedics. She might be fixing my knee.
You might be one of her patients very soon.
I told her. Yeah. I'm very, very happy. And now we have the younger ones coming up, and they got 5 hours of community service awards for participating today.
Right.
Yes.
Well, considering this is Caribbean American Heritage Month, this is the perfect time to represent this. So thank you so much for the work that you do in the community and for helping young people.
I could never thank Larry and you, Darius, for your support. You have been there. You are the wing beneath our wings. Thank you.
Pleasure's all ours.
And I didn't know I had such a hard feature that is either his wife, me, or Lorna Green.
Yes.
Now I know.
When you're powerful, you're powerful.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Anna.
You're very welcome.
All the best.
And enjoy.
Okay.
Thanks for coming.
Sure.
All right.